Tuesday was an excellent day for the Chicago Cubs. We recap it all on a really fun show.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, now the #1 sports podcast network. We are your team every day. I'm Sam Olber. He's Matthew F. Cozy. We are lifelong fans taking our passion into a discussion with you on all things Cubs. This episode of Locked On Cubs is brought to you by MLB The Show 26. Visit MLBThe.show/LockedOn and use code LOCKEDON to unlock a pack for use in Diamond Dynasty. Available now on PlayStation 5, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. Rated E for everyone. Stay tuned later in the episode for our MLB Top 100 highlight. Happy March Madness to those who celebrate. We've got a lot to talk about right now. It's my favorite time of year. The Cubbies are literally 1 week away from opening day. 7 days, I believe, as you're listening to this. Couldn't be more excited. We got some fun trivia at the end of the show, some spring training stuff. But I want to start with Tuesday. Because Joe and I recorded as all this was going down. The Cubs had a late night affair in spring training. WBC was going on as we were recording. So I want to kind of recap all of that, Matt. It started with Daniel Palencia just completely dominating again to close out a game in what I think would be his biggest save opportunity the entire season outside of October, if the Cubs get there. And then it phased into Moises Ballesteros hitting 2 mammoth home runs when I didn't know that was in his repertoire. I didn't know that he could hit a ball 450 feet like he did, or 441 feet. Shota Imanagas, 8 strikeouts, 4 1/3 innings. And all of that followed what was a really good Seiya Suzuki update Tuesday afternoon. What stood out most to you?
Well, Palencia's performance all WBC long was incredibly exciting. He was incredibly efficient. I didn't have as many worries going into Tuesday that I thought I would. It's not ideal that you'd pitch back-to-back as reliever on March 16 and 17, but that's what he did, and he pitched really well. And so to take that into the season, I think is a really cool thing for the Cubs, and obviously for him as an individual. And yeah, I'm sure Jed Hoyer and Craig Counsell were watching with bated breath, but it ended up working out real well. And I thought that was somehow the top story from a day full of them, as you mentioned. I am excited, not excited. I am relieved about Seiya. Yeah, I guess I don't want to put too many dates on it. I'm not as optimistic about him returning quickly. I do think it's going to take some time, but an extended absence right now does not seem in the cards, which is the best case scenario. And so if we see him, the opener of that Mets series at Wrigley in mid-April or whatever it is, I think that would be very fair. That would ease a lot of our trepidation, regarding them pushing him. I think it would be a shock if he didn't, start the year on the IL and then return in mid-April. So we'll find out this weekend. And Ballesteros has had a hot spring, and part of me does wonder if he's going to get handcuffed a little bit when Seiya returns. I don't think he'll immediately go to right field, and I don't think benching a hot bat in this scenario would be ideal, but it would be a good problem to have when Seiya does return.
Yeah, Joe and I talked about the Seiya thing and exactly kind of what you said, and how I think that it's best for him to, take some time, but we'll see how that works and see how that progresses. The Palencia thing was so interesting because over the broadcast, Joe Davis, I think, did a decent job letting us know, hey, the teams are in control of this. So Palencia is only allowed to pitch if there's a save situation. I believe it was the same for Mason Miller as well. And it really turned out the difference in the game is who got the save opportunity, because I firmly believe if Mason Miller pitches that tie game in the ninth, which is an opportunity typically where a closer pitches, especially in a home game, that game would have flipped. But it worked out, and Palencia went through Schwarber, Henderson, and Roman Anthony. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Nobody was really particularly close to making contact off Palencia. For me, what excited me the most was just the Ballesteros part, because I really, as somebody that's a huge fan of his, I didn't know that was in there. That's like big boy territory. 431-foot home runs to straightaway center field. I obviously I knew he had some pop. I mean, he had that home run last year opposite field that Rizzo dropped in the bleachers. I knew that he had pop, but that's a different type of pop to me. When you're hitting them in the middle of the diamond at 440, kind of like that homer that Harper hit to tie the game last night. That's a different type of pop, and adding that to his repertoire is going to be. I'm really excited about this kid.
He should basically DH every game until Seiya returns.
I'm trying to temper the expectations with him because it's not fair. And I already made this mistake. I did this with Shaw last year. It's really the same type of thing. But he's different. He's different than Shaw offensively. He's got a much higher floor. He hits the ball harder. He's got a better eye. He hits the ball farther. So I'm really excited about that. And then how about Shota?
I forgot about that one from the intro. Yeah,
8 strikeouts in 4 2/3 is a little bit more than just an eyebrow raiser.
Yeah, it's encouraging. He'll get one more spring trading outing, right? So,
right,
I'll definitely be keeping my eye on that. But it's a nice bounce back for as much as that word could be used in spring training. He's gotten hit around. He's allowed the long ball in a spring training following a year that was mostly disappointing. And I thought he took care of business Tuesday on a hot day in Arizona. My dad's there right now, and I'm really rooting for Shota. I think he's a pretty beloved figure, and if he's just got the one more year as it ends up in here, I hope he does well.
Yeah, and I my prediction with Seiya is that with Shota is I think that he will ultimately just be a part of the rotation and won't be that big of a story, the 22 million and the whole thing. Like, I think he's just going to be fine. I don't think he's going to be the guy he was in 24, but to show flashes like that, that had me excited. And it was just a very rare spring training off-season day that I thought was just, it really ended up really good for the Cubs, because I'll be honest with you, overall spring training, you avoided major injuries until Seiya. The pitching stuff's been not great. Don't really care about any of the offensive stuff. It's been rather quiet, and I just thought that was the best spring training day that the Cubs have had overall. So.
Yeah, one way or the other, it has been quiet, and the real thing is sneaking up on us just 7 days away.
Yeah, and I want to wrap up spring training a little bit, just ask you a couple questions about it, and then talk about what was a disaster for the United States in the WBC, a complete and utter failure by everybody involved. We talk about that coming up next.
Today's episode is brought to you by Robinhood. What if sports were traded like markets? Now you can put your sports IQ to work in real time with Robinhood prediction markets. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. You can buy or sell your positions live all game long. Use your sports knowledge in the moments that matter. And Robinhood prediction markets changes the game. It's people moving the action. So when momentum shifts, you can move with it. I always knew the game, but never had a dynamic way to apply that knowledge. Now I can actually take part live in a market powered by people. You're no longer just a spectator. Play by play You decide. Trade every play with Robinhood, now available across the U.S. Download the Robinhood app now to begin. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are often by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm. Robinhood today.
This episode is brought to you by Game Time. MLB opening day is almost here, and you could feel it. Fresh starts, big expectations, and that first crack of the bat. Whether it's a breakout rookie or division race that goes down to the wire, there's nothing like being in the ballpark for it. The only problem? Getting tickets can feel like a grind. Long queues, surprise fees, prices jumping at checkout. That's where Game Time comes in. The Game Time app gives fans the advantage with constant innovation. It's how you unlock amazing tickets and experiences in just a few taps. It's simple to use. The Game Time guarantee means you get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time at the best price. And here's the best part. Fees are included in the price you see. What you see is what you pay, period. I've used Game Time. I probably will use Game Time whenever I decide to go to Wrigley Field this year. Maybe Matt and I decide to go to an April contest. We've done that the last 2 years. I'll be watching a friend of the show, Justin Steele, his first start at Wrigley Field. I'll be using Game Time. It's the only way to go. So take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDON for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDON for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. We are back here on Locked On Cubs, and baseball's back. You could lock in by joining the Everydayer Club, which gets you ad-free episodes for the next week or so. You could use code SPRING for a free month. Go to lockedoncubs.supercast.com or tap the link in the show notes. Matt, I wanted to ask you about spring training because to me now we're a week out, and I'm done with it. I'm really tired of it. Like this is when I'm ready for the real thing. Is there anything that you feel like in spring training, Tyone struggles, the Seiya injury, anything offensively, any storyline spring training that stuck out that make you feel, and I'm putting you on the spot, I didn't tell you about this, that make you feel a little bit different? Like I'll go first, for example. I'm really surprised, not in a bad way or a good way, just surprised in Matt Shaw's usage. Like, I did not think that he was going to become this do-it-all Swiss Army knife guy, third base, outfield, first base. That wasn't on my bingo card. I knew he was going to do a little bit of it, but I thought he would be just kind of a platoon guy and go from there. It really seems like they're using him as a do-it-all guy. That was a big thing for me.
Well, I would say on the opposite side of the coin, that noise has quieted his improvement offensively.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say on the opposite edge of the ledger. So first of all, Jameson Tyone has been horrible.
Yeah, you talked about that.
Of course, got my attention.
Yeah.
But Matt Shaw's offensive showing this spring, I don't know if many people realize because we have all the noise with the defense. I mean, he just played first again on Monday. Like, this is a real thing. Not only is he going to start in right field on opening day,
I can't believe it.
He played first base only 2 days ago as we record for a second time. He started there. But Sam, he's hitting 368 on base of 457. He has 1 home run, 3 doubles. Clearly, he made some kind of adjustment over the offseason.
Yep.
And if he's ready to go offensively, especially if Seiya is absent, then, dude, just make the routine play. It doesn't matter where he's out there defensively. It has been a lot for him. It's been complicated. It's been hard. But offensively, he has caught my eye in a big way.
100%. I think he's the biggest positive spring storyline with that, alongside Ballesteros' spring. You covered JMO, with Bryce.
He's horrible.
Yeah. I'm trying not to use that word, but yeah.
Cade Horton was outstanding the other day, Sam. That was nice to see.
He struck about 60 in 5 innings.
I thought that was a big story.
Yeah. I think for me on the negative side, and I talked about this a little bit with Joe, but just the unknown of the rotation. just
Totally.
the unknown of it.
It's their weakest spot, I think.
Yeah, and for some reason, I think it's going to be fine, and it's
Right
always going to
now it is, yeah.
it's always going to come down to the bats for me. Because I mean, we're talking about the rotation, and I just go back to October. We had two starters. It was Tyone and Boyd.
And we're a game away from the Final Four.
And it still came down to the fact that we couldn't hit enough. And so I think they're going to be able to piece it together to get, as Council says, have 27 outgetters. Similar problem for the United States.
Despicable.
I thought you put it really, really good in your text, just all the excitement around that.
Oh, it was a joyless effort from them.
And they were really bad.
I had no fun watching them 11 days in a row.
They were bad all tournament long. The two most exciting teams to watch were the Dominican Republic and the winners, Venezuela. And then maybe Team Italy right behind them. It was a bad effort. And I'm going to pat myself on the back a little bit because I talked about how this could be really important for Judge.
Yeah.
And it was, but in a negative way because I got texts from people all over the place that don't watch a lot of baseball going, I don't like Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge this, Aaron Judge. And I'm thinking to myself, it's unfair, but 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts, looked totally lost most of the tournament after a hot start. I thought it was a missed opportunity. Like my takeaway from the WBC, I don't really care that they lost. I'm not going to remember it. It wasn't that big of a deal. If I were Aaron Judge's manager or agent, I'd be upset. It felt like a missed opportunity for Aaron Judge to introduce himself to the non-baseball people.
Yeah, he had a clear shot at that. Then it's following, some playoff performances in which he's come up short as well.
Moments. Yep.
Yeah, that was hard to see. I was hoping that he would break through there. He had his chances, even just in the championship game alone.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were uptight. I thought they took themselves too seriously.
Agree.
I didn't understand why Mason Miller didn't pitch with the off day in between.
It's ridiculous.
I thought they did unnecessary crossover of some different things that I don't, know if I want to talk about on the show, but the eye test does work sometimes. And even just the dugout shots, the DR and Venezuela and others, it was paramount, I would say, to the U.S. And not to mention Mark DeRosa's gaffe last week.
It didn't go well. The whole thing.
It was a shame.
The whole thing didn't go well.
And then their most fun player, they didn't start in the championship.
Right. It felt like they did not deserve to win it. And when Harper hit his home run, it actually in a way kind of reminded me of the Olympics in basketball a couple of years ago, where it felt like Serbia deserved to win against the United States. But the difference is that the superstars, now Bryce Harper had a huge hit, but the superstars, it was literally LeBron, Curry, and Durant in sequence delivering and finding a way to get through. Whereas the superstars for the United States, outside of Harper's big hit, they didn't deliver. And they didn't deliver all tournament long. So for all the hype and all that stuff, it was disappointing. But to be honest with you, I was happy. I was a little bit happy for Venezuela. I think it meant more to them than it meant to the United States. And they deserved to win. And I thought the Dominican Republic probably deserved a chance. And so overall, I would say it was disappointing for all the hype. I think the opportunity was there. Like we laid it out. People cared about this. People, I got invited to go. I got invited to go to a watch party for this at a bar. It's a pretty easy no for me. But.
Well, that makes one of us. So yeah. I didn't realize that Venezuela had that type of
team,
prolific of a roster.
Yeah, that's what Nick
said. Their lineup was stacked. Their bullpen had some so-called no names, but we know them now.
Well, and the Contreras, they're so stacked. The Contreras brothers didn't even start.
That's exactly right.
They didn't even play.
And of course, that dude the Brewers got for Isaac Collins is good.
Yeah, and
lefty Zerpa.
And and the MVP of the tournament was one of your favorite Cub targets, Michael Garcia, in a trade.
Yeah,
I mean,
shout out to Adam from Ohio. Yeah,
you've mentioned him about 171 times. So
didn't he hit like 490?
Yeah, he's a good hitter. He's a good hitter.
Tournament,
yeah. Nobody on the United States hit that.
And I don't blame the WBC for Saya's injury. He just thinks it's sliding.
No, yeah. I mean, that could have happened in spring training. I mean,
For sure.
Any of that could have happened. So, all right, got some fun trivia coming up for Matt and a couple good questions. You guys will enjoy this. Stick around. That's coming up next.
This week's MLB Top 100 highlight is brought to you by MLB The Show 26, the latest from the beloved video game franchise. Each week, we're going to highlight the stars of MLB's Top 100 players list, the elite names you'll be controlling, building around, and going head-to-head with in MLB The Show 26. Well, we already talked about the Cubs on this list, so today I'm spotlighting Eugenio Suarez, number 90 in the MLB's Top 100, the Venezuelan third baseman, and now and again, Cincinnati Reds. You saw it last night, gap-to-gap power, just the biggest hit of the tournament, which makes him elite, his offensive prowess. And that same thing shows up in this game with upgraded ratings, new animations, and improved gameplay feel. If you're a fan of any team, this is the guy you build your franchise around. And in the show, you could do exactly that. This week's MLB Top 100 highlight presented by MLB The Show 26, where you can play, manage, and build your favorite players and teams. If you love talking baseball, you love playing it even more, visit MLBThe.show/lockedon and use code LOCKEDON to unlock a pack for use in Diamond Dynasty. The game is now available. Came out on Tuesday this week. Available now on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and X, and Nintendo Switch. Rated E for everyone. MLB The Show 26.
This episode is brought to you by FanDuel. College basketball is nonstop. Big games, tight spreads, momentum swings every single night. From early tip-offs to late-night West Coast shootouts, there's always action on the board. Now FanDuel is giving you a way to turn that energy into even bigger potential wins with a college basketball parlay profit boost. We are here. March Madness. The Illini are favored by 25.5 against the Quakers of Penn. The Iowa Hawkeyes are 2.5-point favorites against the Tigers of Clemson. I like Iowa. I can't lay that many points. Well, I can't. That's a lot of points for the Illini. But if they lose that game, hopefully you guys are getting excited with the guests that Matt has on, because I don't know if I'll be able to continue the show. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com. FanDuel, play your game. We are back here on Locked On Cubs, #1 sports Cubs podcast out there. All right, Matt, I got a little trivia for you. I think you're going to like this. I'm excited for this. This came out via Sportico.
Okay.
Sportico tweeted this. Are you familiar with them?
Not really. I mean, I remember seeing them before.
They did evaluations of all the MLB teams, what they're worth. And I'd like to ask you if you can name the top 5, order them, and give me an estimate of what they're worth.
Ooh. This is just baseball, right?
Yeah, this is just baseball.
What they're worth, I'll try it, but I don't know if I'm going to be good at that. So top 5, I think I'm going to, I guess I don't want to be overconfident, but I think I'm going to get it. 5 for 5.
Really? Okay.
All right. Number 1 is the Dodgers.
Incorrect.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, they're number 2.
No way.
Yes. And I'll even help you out. The Dodgers are number 2. They're worth $9 billion.
Yankees 1 at $10 billion?
Yeah, the Yankees are number 1 at $9.4 billion.
Okay, Dodgers.
So let's just talk about that for a second.
Okay.
I was the same. I was surprised. I thought with the injection of Ohtani, the injection of the TV deal, plus the championships, I would have thought they passed the Yankees, but the Yankees are the Yankees. They still are king when it comes to that. So Yankees, Dodgers, 1-2. Yeah.
Well, I know the top 4 So
Yes.
my overconfidence comes from the top 4, right?
Yes.
Although I got the order wrong already. So Yankees, Dodgers. The Dodgers were at 9 billion.
Yes. There's a big drop off here in terms of worth.
Big drop off. So I'm going to go to 6.7 billion.
Literally 6.65.
Okay, 6.65. I'm going to
Outstanding.
say I would like to pick the Cubs, but I'm going to go Red Sox 3, Cubs 4.
You'd be correct. Very
Okay.
close, but very close though.
Cubs. So Red Sox are at 6.7. You said
6.65. Yeah, we could round up.
Cubs are at 6.5.
Yes.
Okay.
6.48 for the Cubs.
And
so
number
they're
5. Go ahead. Should we go over those?
Oh, just finish then. Why don't you
5
start?
is the Mets.
Incorrect. And
Okay,
that's
let me do one more
and
guess.
I was right with you on that.
Okay, let me think.
Still trying to figure out, maybe did I read it wrong?
Yeah. It's okay. 5. Could it be a team? Could it be in one of the I know it's not in the Cubs division. Could it be in a team in the Yankees and Red Sox division, the Toronto Blue Jays?
Would have been my next guess. Incorrect.
Could it be a team in the Dodgers division, the
That's-
San Fran Giants?
That's right. That's
Okay.
right.
Okay.
And I wouldn't have landed there that quickly. And
Okay.
I believe from the tweet that I saw, hold on, yeah, I only saw the top 5. So that's what I have. I would assume it would be Mets and Blue Jays, I think, would
Gosh,
follow.
I would think. Yeah, Braves maybe?
Yeah, Braves, maybe. It's not the Cardinals anymore.
It's not the Rockies.
No. And by the way, just want to some breaking news that just popped as we were recording. Cubs prospect Jefferson Rojas just hit a grand slam.
Wow, he's having an outstanding spring. He should go to Des Moines. I think they should start him at AAA.
Just a quick update on that game. Why not? Because it goes tomorrow. Was not a good outing for Edward Cabrera. 2 2/3, 3 hits, 3 earned, gave up a home run. His first poor outing of the spring. The Cubs currently trail 7-5. The big swing of the bat, like I said. Rojas, another double for Matt Shaw. Kevin Alcantara with a couple of base hits. He's all of a sudden hitting 345, by the way. I listened to
wow, that happened quick.
Bryce talk about him on the show the other day. You know, I'll tell you, every time I look at the box score, Scott Kingery's in it.
Why? Why is he still playing?
I mean, he plays every day.
They're giving him a chance.
Every day. All right, last thing I wanted to talk to you about.
But those are the 4 crown jewels in baseball on the planet, Sam.
Oh, 100%. And I think the Cubs are more of a crown jewel than the Red Sox. And I think that they're worth more.
Awesome.
And I disagree with that evaluation. I have absolutely no proof or no evidence to that point. That's just my own opinion. I think Wrigley's better than Fenway Park. I think
awesome.
And I think Chicago is just a better sports city than Boston. I'm not talking about in terms of winning. I know Boston's the winning capital.
Or basketball.
No. Or football. I'm just talking about in terms of just the fans and the nostalgia and all that stuff.
Right.
You know, at least our football team still is named after the city that we play for, not the region. All right. It's not the Midwest Bears.
The Bulls stink.
The Lake. Well, the Bulls are the worst franchise, maybe in all of sports, sans the Sacramento Kings. Okay. Darren Rovell. Yeah. He had a tweet today 2 hours ago, and I just thought of you, and I just had to share it with you.
Oh, okay.
Media
related, I'm sure.
No, food related.
Oh.
He said, here's your best new food item at an MLB ballpark this year. This is source Levy Restaurants. Chicken and churros at Wrigley Field.
All right. Is that on a sandwich, I wonder?
No, I have the picture of it in front of me.
Okay.
It's literally, it looks gross to me. It literally is just a big piece of fried chicken sprinkled with like sugar powder and churros all over it, with the Cubs logo everywhere.
I don't understand that one.
0 to 100. If we go to the game, the percentage chance you would order that.
0. Zero. That combination. How about like they should have done like a chicken and waffles Cubs thing?
How much would it take for you to order that at a game? I would need a couple $100 because I spend most of the game at the facilities.
A mid-sized 3-digit number. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to watch
400.
the game. No, I'd have to take some sort of pill, some sort of
Maybe a Tums.
A Tums / some Pepto-Bismol,
right?
Sort of relaxer. All right, well, that was great. It was great to do a show with you, Matthew F. Coase, and
I can't believe we're this close to baseball.
And a week from now, at this time, the Cubs will have a record. It'll be 0-1 or 1-0.
That's crazy.
A week from now, it's 4:39 Central Time. I would assume, hopefully, the game will be over at that point.
Yeah, well, 8 days from now. Yeah. From what recording, 8 days,
yeah, from recording. But when people, when people are listening,
that's
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, you're right. From recording, it's 8 days from now. Poor job by me. Got confused there.
But 7 days from now, there is a game, right? Giants, Yankees.
Yeah, and 7 days from when people are listening is Cubbies,
wow.
and they'll win that game 4-3. And
I hope they win it by more.
No, Palencia, it'll be a little bit of drama in the 9th because it just can't keep going this smoothly for him.
They better sweep the Nats, man.
Was it against the Nats last year that he had his meltdown in the 9th?
Oh, he did.
Yeah, so maybe a little revenge for him. All right, well, that was a really fun show.
That's a great call.
I enjoyed doing this program with you. Thank you for making Locked On Cubs. By the way, people, if you want, give us some subscriptions, subscribers. Where I'd like to get to at least 18K before opening day, hit a milestone. Thank you for making Locked On Cubs your first listen of the day. For those of you on video, we send you the 24/7 National Locked On Podcast Network YouTube channel. And on audio, make sure your second listen is Locked On MLB.